Disclaimer: no social distancing rules and regulations were broke during the making of this video. I've been quarantining with her family, and my family, so we're all good here. No virus, hopefully. Woo. So today I planned on doing an interview / podcast with my younger cousin so we could get a new, fresh take on how it is, because you know from the news what's going on in the political views, the adult views, the college views, because of all of us going through the same thing and being very vocal and knowing where to say what we want and what we need to be saying. So, my name is Caitlin Aston, and today I will be interviewing my younger cousin on the coronavirus and how it has affected her and her whole little world. So, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Angelina. I am 11 and in 5th grade, and I currently go to Dana Root Health and Wellness Academy, which is a K through 8 elementary, middle school.
So, being that you're in elementary or middle school, it's not normal for people your age to take online classes. What is it like being in an online class?
I think it affects a lot of kids at my school who are struggling with work already. And now that they can't really talk to their teachers in person and ask them questions, it just takes longer for your teacher to reply because they have to go through all their emails and find it, and it's just harder for most kids.
Mm-hmm. So do you think that your teachers are doing a good job at making sure you guys' quality of education isn't dropping, or you guys aren't missing any information that's vital to getting to that next level?
I'd say one of the things that I don't like is that my mom was talking to me about how, in the beginning of all this, how teachers were just gonna, make sure that you actually just filled it out and not really grade it. And for most kids who actually do the work and spend time on it, they're just gonna get an okay no matter what, so it's just a waste of time. And for the kids who are struggling, it's not fair because they might not deserve it if they're like cheating or anything, but the teachers won't know that because they're not actually checking their answers. They're just putting it in the grade book.
All right, so speaking of like your classmates and struggling and all of that, have you been in touch with any of your classmates outside of like schoolwork or anything educational?
Through Gmail, I will email my friends for like help or anything if the teacher's busy at that time. But like other than that, if I'm just bored and I finished all my work and I have nothing else to do, I'll just stay in touch with my friends on Google Hangouts.
All right, so since you have online school now and you're not in school 6 hours a day and in the after school program and all that, what do you spend most of your days doing?
Either watching TV or doing work or watching Caitlin play Fortnite or playing Fortnite and doing video games, or reading and just doing other stuff that I wouldn't normally picture myself doing because I'm at school 6 hours a day. And I also think it's harder for me in the beginning it was harder for me in the beginning because like I wasn't used to not being able to see people my age all day, every day. And you're at school 6 hours a day with your friends, and now you're not, and it's just a big change.
So speaking of like big changes and stuff, do you think that if you could name one thing you took for granted before all this happened, what would it be?
One thing that I really enjoyed before this happened is going out and spending time with my family and going out and eating at restaurants. And now they're all closed, and being able to shop with my mom at the grocery stores without, worrying that something's going to happen or one of us is going to get sick.
All right, so speaking of like your mom and your dad and all of that, has this affected them in any way, like their work, their schedule? Are they still employed?
My parents are both employed, but in the beginning my mom had hours cut and then it went back to normal shortly after, and then my dad had to wake up even earlier than normal and then get off of work later, which made a big change for us because then we had to eat dinner later so that way his food wasn't cold. But other than that, they're both still employed, and yeah.
So how has your family done so far as a whole in terms of dealing with this whole pandemic?
We've been spending more time together. Like yesterday, we went on a walk, and normally me and my sister go on to 2 to 3 mile walks every day, and we'll eat together sometimes. But other than that, yeah.
All right, so to finish out this interview podcast thing, what is one positive and one negative takeaway from this whole thing?
One positive is, if you think about it, the younger kids or kids who, like moms who are pregnant with kids and they aren't born yet, when they grow up and they're in high school or in college or in elementary school, in history they'll be learning about all this, and they might not remember it all, but they'll be like living it again, not literally but figuratively.
Like they'll learn from us?
Yeah.
So what's a negative?
A negative is can't do extracurricular activities after school, such as after school program or softball, and now I have to go to the park, and my dad's already tired after he gets off of work, so it's just even harder for us to go and play catch at the park.
All right, well, that is it for this interview/podcast. Thank you for tuning in and listening. I appreciate it, and I hope you have a good day.